you're threatened because I have on a t-shirt and an afro, and you're about to write me up because you feel like I'm being threatening with a t-shirt and an afro. Okay. So
new life, new mind, all things behind. I'm feeling so brand new, baby. Everything new, baby.
what is up to all of my kings and queens? It's your girl Alexus Crown here, and I am back with another video for you guys. So today's video, we're just gonna jump right into it. It's about the time that I almost got written up, or like got a citation, or like fired if you don't have a job, basically fired because I wore my hair in the afro. So let's get into it. All right, so this story takes place about, I want to say, a year ago, a little over a year ago. I worked at this call center, and I had a very pretentious boss. He was a bigot, like he was ignorant. He was low-key racist. When I got hired, you know, and it's really sad to say this, but with my natural hair, when I go on job interviews, I wear my hair pulled back so they can see my face and all this. My dad said go to interviews with your hair pulled back so they can see your clean face, see all, whatever the case may be. I forgot the details he said, but basically that's how I went to my job interview. So my hair was slicked back in a bun. The last 2 jobs that I've had, I did that. So anyways, so I wore my hair slicked back, and then I think I had like some type of protective style. I want to say braids, or I can't remember what style it was, but I had something in between that time. So when I finally wore my hair out, like in its afro, to work. Oh wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay, so on Fridays Fridays were dress down days at Talus Payments. Talus Payments is the call center that I worked at. So Fridays were dress down days, and you get to wear like jeans and a nice button down shirt, or just like a non-offensive graphic tee. So one Friday I said, you know, okay, I'm gonna wear my hair out. Now granted, I was so self-conscious. I was just like, oh my gosh, like I don't want to do this. Like this is just gonna bring so much attention to me. First off, why am I having to have these conversations with myself? Why is this still a thing? Why is natural hair still considered unprofessional? So I was saying to myself, literally having to give myself a pep talk to wear my natural hair to work. So because at my last job, granted, if you haven't seen my video where I talk about I was harassed because of my natural hair, I got a protective style faux locks at my last job, and my boss literally asked me how my scalp did not fall off. She's just like, oh my gosh, like what's going on with your hair? Like how did your scalp not fall off? I kid you not, honest to God truth, that happened to me. So that's why I was just like, oh my gosh, like if I wear my afro out, somebody's gonna say something to me, and that's terrible. Like that should not be the case. Like why is natural hair considered unprofessional? So moving along. So the day comes, I got my jeans, I have my t-shirt on, and I have my afro. Now granted, the shirt I decided to wear, the shirt that I wore, it said point black period. Now this was a shirt that from my brother's clothing line that he had at the time. It was called Revolt, and it said point black period, and it had like a little fist in the middle of the shirt. If I can find a picture, I will insert it, but yeah. So that on top of my afro. Now my boss did not say anything to me. He likes to say things to like other co-workers around, and that's how like the information gets to everyone. So he tells the only girl that I was talking to at this time, he was just like, you know, like, what does Destiny mean by that shirt? Like, it's super offensive. Like, I low-key feel he didn't say low-key, he said I feel threatened because of her shirt, because I'm uncertain what type of message she's trying to convey. And just, I had on my Go African pendant. I had on my point black period shirt, and I had on my afro. Granted, I wasn't trying to send some just mega message. This was just my style at that particular time, and I still wear my hair the same way. You would rarely see my hair like tamed like this, like where it's laying flat and stuff. Otherwise, you're going to see my hair in an old school afro, because that's how I wear it. So basically, he basically said that, you know, like my attire was offensive and that it was threatening to people. Granted, how is a shirt threatening? How is me wearing my hair in an afro threatening? I wish I could make these stories up, but I kid you not. Like, I thank God that he's allowed me to make a way by being an entrepreneur, because people are ignorant in the workplace. Black people, a lot of times I try to be inclusive on my channel, and I try to say spread the love for everyone, but I need to say this: Black people are so misunderstood. Black people have to constrain themselves and just tame their tongues and hold themselves back in the workplace. We changed the way we speak, we changed what we wear. Like, we literally have to alter ourselves to be in the workplace to make everyone else comfortable. I kid you not. If you are at least 20 and older, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. Even 16, but 20 and older is where you really have to implement this in the workplace, to where you're having to literally alter yourself to make everyone else in your environment comfortable. So long story short, he didn't write me up, he didn't fire me, but after that incident, I did not engage in conversation with him, because the more that he spoke and the more that he tried to talk and the more that I saw him interact with other people, I saw how much he was a bigot. I saw how ignorant he was and how low-key racist he was. One day I remember two of my coworkers and I, we were talking about Danielle Bergoli. And we were saying how if this was a black kid, a black girl, she would be called ignorant, ghetto. She wouldn't be making 6 figures. She wouldn't have a record deal. She wouldn't, because granted, there's black girls and black young ladies in the rap industry right now. They do everything that Danielle Bergoli do, but they're too ratchet to go mainstream. So anyways, we were talking about Danielle Bergoli, and he got so offended. And granted, like, my 2 other co-workers, like, right when we had this conversation, it was right before we were supposed to clock out to go to lunch. So he got so offended. Literally, first off, he hopped in our conversation. Second off, he was just saying, like, basically, like, I don't see your point. Like, where's your point? I mean, you know, you can't put her race into this, because at the end of the day, it was Dr. Phil's platform, whoop-de-whoop-de-wee, blah, blah, blah. No, there's plenty of ratchet kids that's been on Dr. Phil that have been black. There's plenty of black kids that are on YouTube, that are on Instagram, that are on Facebook, trying to actually have a career that actually started rapping, started doing all of this stuff, but are ghetto. So do you see them popping up in music videos? Do you see them getting offered contracts? Do you see them going on radio interviews? And granted, I think she was 14 years old at the time. Why are we rewarding bad behavior? That was my argument. My argument was, if she wasn't white, it wouldn't be happening. And 2, why are we rewarding bad behavior? So he got so offended and so passionate about this topic. Granted, it's time to clock out for lunch. He followed us into the break room to continue to have this conversation. I wish I was making this up, but I'm not. He followed us into the break room to continue to plead his case about how Dr. Phil's platform took Danielle Bergoli's career off, not the fact that she was white. Granted, Dr. Phil's platform played a role, but again, there's plenty of ratchet kids that have been on Dr. Phil that aren't signed to a major label right now, that aren't making 6 figures, that aren't on tour, that aren't in the media, that don't have millions of followers. They're just called ghetto and ratchet, and that's about it. They not getting rewarded. They're not going on the Breakfast Club. They're not going on Big Boy in the Neighborhood. Like, this is not happening to them. So circling back around to my main point, it was situations like that that just continued to happen. So I literally, anytime he came around, I didn't say anything. I didn't fake laugh to his lame jokes. I didn't do any of this. Now, if you're watching this by some random chance, Andy, hello, how are you doing? Any of my old co-workers watching this, hey, how are y'all? I hope you guys are well. Hopefully you're not still working there. If you are, do you. But it's so sad to me how black people, we really have to tame ourselves to make other people comfortable, because other people are uncomfortable and get offended by the most random things because of past offenses that were done to our ancestors, that we are just not speaking up and really not taking crap anymore. Like, and it's just like you can't guilt trip people into not speaking on something, of not representing something, not wearing something, not wearing their hair a certain way. Like, that's not gonna happen. It's not. We about to be in 2019. It's not gonna happen, beloved. Like, so anyways, y'all, I just wanted to share that story time with y'all about how I literally almost got like rolled up / fired for wearing my hair in an afro and wearing an African gold necklace and a shirt that said point blank period, because my boss was insecure in his whiteness and he got offended that I had on the shirt in an afro. Can't do anything about that. That sounds like a personal problem. What I had to learn was no one can make you feel any type of way without your permission. So ask yourself, instead of saying, is Destiny being offensive with this afro and shirt and necklace? You should be asking, he should ask himself, why do I feel offended? Why do I feel threatened at that? You're threatened because I have on a t-shirt and an afro, and you're about to write me up because you feel like I'm being threatening with a t-shirt and an afro? Okay. So, you know, let that be a lesson to everyone. Instead of making this a negative, let's shift it and turn it into a positive. No one can make you feel any type of way without your permission. So just remember that next time you get offended, say, why is this offending me? Or why did I not rebuttal? Why did I not say something back when they said this to me? But y'all, I swear, I'm not just a natural hair influencer, a natural hair guru. Like, I really been through some stuff with my hair. So when you see me wear my afro, I wear it proudly because this is a part of me. Like, I don't take crap from people anymore. Like, it goes deep, okay? I have plenty more natural hair stories. Like, I really do. And sadly, a lot of them took place in the workplace. Like, you would think that people wouldn't be as ignorant as they are, but they are. So fast forward, I'm gonna say like 2 weeks or 3 weeks later, I resigned. I didn't quit. I wanted to so bad. Towards the end, I hated it. I wanted to quit so bad, but I didn't. I went about it the right way. I put in my 2 weeks notice and I prayed about it and I resigned, and that's when I became a full-time influencer and started taking it seriously. So, yeah, let me know if you guys want more story times. I do have another story time. Well, it's a Q&A. It's a story time. I mean, it's a story time mixed into a Q&A, but let me know if you want more story times because I actually have them. Like, I do. So yeah, thanks so much for watching, guys. I will see you next time. You ain't got to get off my page, but you got to get off of this video. So I'll see you guys next time. Be sure to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any uploads. See you guys next time. Bye, guys.